Hi folks, this is my second explainer video on science as why science matters is important. Here in this video, I'm going to talk about why sky is blue and why soil is brown. So let's get into it. The color of light that travels through the vacuum of space, that's from our star, the sun, to us is white. When the light actually reaches the Earth's atmosphere, it bounces off from gas molecules and gets scattered. The light from the sun, which is white, or rather, it's all colors of rainbow mixed so that it appears white. My last video was on rainbow, and if you haven't watched it, I have the link below. On a bright sunny day, when you look at the sky, it beams with blue because blue light has the shortest wavelength. It is scattered more than the light of other spectrum of colors, as you know, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. That's what's the rainbow colors. When the sky is clear, the sky appears blue overhead. Then it is at horizon. Just check it out next time when you are. Primarily because at the horizon, the light has been scattered and rescattered by more air molecules. Basically, the light photons has bounced around that some reaches remixed into like a whitish light for us. The fun fact, at sunrise and sunset, the sun is low in the sky and the light must pass through more of the atmosphere to reach your eyes. This causes the color of the sky approaching the horizon is affected by light scattering. Because light must travel further to reach your eyes from the horizon, the bluer light gets removed by additional scattering. At sunset, the light will appear more yellow, even red. If the air is heavy with dust particles or liquid, the effect will be even greater, which is why pollution and volcanic eruption can produce brilliant sunsets.
Let's get into soil and why it's brown. Soil is everywhere on Earth. There is a form of soil that is called sediment, or at the bottom of rivers, lakes, and ponds. Sediments are absent in locations where there is sand or bare rock instead of soil. Soil in general has a different composition in different places. For example, it can be heavy with clay or rich with composed matters called humus, or be sandy. Sedimentary soil usually appears a shade of brown or reddish brown, or so dark that it is nearly black or a pale or even sandy brown. For example, the layer above Earth of air is called the atmosphere. The soil too has layer which is called pedosphere. Now back to soil, which comprises of minerals like rock and organic plant and animal matter, and it is loosely mixed. Since it is loosely jumbled together, there are gaps that allows to hold liquid and gas. This means soil has three states of matter: solid, liquid, and gas mixed. Fun fact: the organic matter which truly gives out the brown color, leaves and other plant material fall to the ground, and animal wastes, including feces, fur, and so on. Many microbes that leave on soil break down the debris, usually a long process if it's an animal bone. Decomposition happens when microbes release enzymes that break chemical bonds within the organic matter. Although the microbes absorb many of the chemicals produced by decomposition, it is their source of food, there tends to be a surplus of carbon. It is natural because even microbes die and are subject to decomposition. It is the process of life for microbes absorbing many of the chemicals. This leaves large surplus of carbon lying around in the soil, and as carbon reflects light, it appears dark colored brown. And also, the leftovers from microbial activity form humus in the soil. Unlike plant matter, humus doesn't have cellular structure and can remain in the same state for thousands of years. Well, now you'll be thinking, what about rocks? For example, the mineral component of soil is made of tiny fragments of rock that have been broken up by erosion, then carried by wind, water, or even ice. Typical minerals in the soil are quartz, silicon oxide, calcite, calcium carbonate, compounds of potassium, aluminum, silicon, and oxygen. In addition, mica, also called as biotite, is found in soil. Most of these minerals tend to be white, gray, brownish, or with impurities can give extra color. Usually, soil is brown because of the carbon presence due to humus, but if the soil is particularly impoverished and mostly minerals, then it can take the color of the dominant material. For example, if you travel to Hawaii, the soil will appear more reddish caused by its iron content, where the rusty iron component mixed with oxygen gives the red appearance. A town in Australia called Alice Springs, roughly the size of Texas, contains the reddish rocks. In deserts, they might have soil that looks white, black like volcanic sand, yellow, red, or even green, olivine sand found in Hawaii. These are different to brown because of relatively little vegetation and animal life. Therefore, these soils have high mineral content and very little humus.
I hope you enjoyed this brief explainer video on why sky appears blue overhead and why soil appears brown. Now, fun fact about soil. Many of us tend to ask this question. Most soil that we see on Earth dates back from Pleistocene epoch, roughly about 2.6 million years ago to about 11,500 years. However, we don't see much of the soil which is older than 65 million years ago, which is the time roughly where dinosaurs era ended here on Earth. But, however, the fossilized soils date back to the earliest time of Earth's existence. It is called Archean Eon, where the time extended from Earth's origin to 2.5 billion years ago. During this period, there was no plants and animals, but just microbes. This means our soil would have looked much different. One last information that there are close to million different species of microbe that are thought to be up to about a billion cells in every gram of soil. Just imagine. Please note, most of these have not been even described in books. My intention only to increase curiosity and allow us to think like a scientist. Please forward my videos. Please subscribe if you haven't and click the bell icon. Thank you for watching.